the starters. First, for Mindoro Tams, Selecta Feeds. Starting at forward number 17, Hailey Ahero. At guard number 0, Christian Palma. Starting at center number 13, Ken Osicos. Power forward number 00, Drake Santos. And at one guard number 23, Rance Romero. The head coach for Mindoro Tams Selecta Feeds is Buds Reyes, assisted by J.R. Carlos.
It's San Juan, it may be Pampanga. Aantayin ng Bataan yan, but they won't have home court advantage as we mentioned. Ken Osicos making a jump shot.
For all the inconsistencies that Mindoro has had this season, that guy has been very much consistent for them. One of the bright lights para dito sa Mindoro Tams, Ken Osicos.
13-7, Osicos was their all-star. Engineer Ken Osicos, as we should say. They did not have the numbers. Osicos inside, that's a tough pass. Ken gets it back. He likes that range and he gets the bounce.
Not the best looking of shots, but it has been very effective. Why fix what ain't broke? Ken Osicos has been very good.
Osicos averaging 11.7 points per game, fresh off of a 26-point performance against Zamboanga. The start of the season was implemented as a defensive specialist for Bataan, but to your point, if he does develop his skills offensively, could be a very good all-around player for their squad as Osicos scores 2 more points.
Yeah, just like how Osicos is very good at hitting that jumper from mid-range. Bibringas kaya lang, wala naman na siya magagawa doon kung nakuha niya ulit.
And he just had to smile on his way down to the other end of the court. Tough matchup in front of Ken Osicos. I do not know if he can engineer his way out of this matchup though.
What kind of engineer is he again?
He's
alam ko electrical din eh.
Yeah, just like me. I'm not sure though. We should ask Coach Putit about it. That was his former coach, no?
Playing at the EIP program. Ito si Ken Osicos.
That says a lot about him, by the way, that he's able to practice as an engineer by day and play basketball against RB Bringas by night.
That's just the passion.
And he's an all-star, by the way. Ito si Ken Osicos.
No easy feat.
Castro returns, which is not really a downgrade for Bataan.
In fact, that's an upgrade.
Right. Osicos for 3. That's good. Back-to-back baskets for engineer Ken Osicos.
He's keeping them in this game. The brilliance of Ken Osicos showing here the all-star, making an all-star caliber performance.
And how about him dragging that defense of RB Bringas all the way to the 3-point line?
That might just be the strategy here for Mindoro.
This 3-point shot is brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. This might be his way of engineering his way out of this matchup against RB Bringas.
Because if he can shoot that outside shot against a guy like RB Bringas, that negates the advantage that RB has on that low block.
Folks, it's only a 7-point game, 32-25. Mindoro sticking with it as Garcia in their first set of games in the playoffs. Because they had that number 5 seed, they will await whoever their matchup will be between Pampanga and San Juan as Osicos makes another 3. And to Sam Coloso's point, this is exactly why Coach Ricky Dandan and company cannot relax in this game. Mindoro has something to show about it. They're only down by 3 points and they forced a turnover. Unfortunately, they could not take care of that basketball.
And Coach Buds Reyes nangihinayang dun sa sideline. That could have been an opportunity once more to chop down this lead and make it just a 1-possession ball game, or rather a 1-point ball game, or maybe even tie it. Look at that 3-pointer by Ken Osicos, just feeling it right now.
He's up to 14 points in this game, si Ken Osicos. There you see the numbers of engineer Ken Osicos.
26 points in their last game, only averaging 11.7 points per game this season, but he has been, if not the most consistent, one of the most consistent performers for the Tams in this season. And one guy I'm sure they'll bring back into their campaign in the next season. Fourth time that happened, same play.
Here's Genosicos, catch and fire. That's good. Mindoro really is in this game. Back and forth we go, 52-45. What an impressive bounce back after a slow. And in the second quarter, Drake Santos and Genosicos leading the way, 27 points between those two players.
They did not come here to just get blown out itong Mindoro Tams. They went here and went to compete, and let's see if they could sustain this kind of effort in the third quarter. Alam naman natin, we've seen a lot of games like this where lower seeded teams go up against the top seeded teams here, and they keep in step during the first two quarters, pero pagdating ng third quarter, talagang binubulusok na ng mga top seeded teams. That's exactly where they blow the game wide open. So let's see what comes out of the dugouts between these two squads. 52-10, and that's exactly how this game has went. But because of the grit, the determination, and the courage of Mindoro, they have kept this game close.
You mentioned Genosicos and Santos with 27 points. It's Toby Santos also with 7 points, Christian Palma with 5, Cabawan, Torado, Castro, and Espuelas, the leaders for the Bataan Risers.
Advantage on the boards during the half. Mindoro has been battling for those rebounds.
Right. They're still at it. Christian Palma. Layup is too strong. Inside is Genosicos with a putback.
That should have been a foul. But 2 points nonetheless there for Mindoro.
You were just talking about rebounding. And another one comes in for Mindoro. Lead cut down to 10.
To score, you need him come the postseason.
11 points for Gio Espuelas. Genosicos with a jump shot.
Just give him a little daylight. He's going to take care of business from that distance.
On to the other end. 3-on-1. Genosicos with a fake. And he puts it in for 2.
Helter-skelter basketball. But I believe this kind of pace favors Mindoro.
22 points for engineer Genosicos. Well on pace to surpass his previous game output of 26. Ready to Espiritu. Genosicos. Back to Marlon. 7 on the shot clock. Espiritu will drive. Again, a tough layup for him. See the energy, the effort from these Mindoro Tams. And they pick up the foul.
You know, no matter what happens in this game, you just gotta give a tap on the back dito sa Mindoro. They are fighting every possession. This might be just one of their best games of the season, actually.
Right. Completely agree to that. We have been talking about their character all season long, but today's a different story. Can you hear the crowd? They're still very passionate here in the Orion Sports Complex. You gotta love it. Genosicos. Ooh, that's an interesting call. Could be very interesting itong si Dante Pagio for Bataan.
Mukhang may wingspan requirement itong Bataan sa pagkuha ng player.
Ang haba nga. Kim Buko also, first time in the ball game.
He as well has that wingspan.
Haba. Ito, maraming minuto in the previous game against Marikina, si Kim Buko. Another free throw here for Genosicos. Oh, in and out on that one. Unfortunately, there's a lane violation even though there were no people boxing out. Balik tayo kay Genosicos. 78-59, the lead has ballooned here for the Bataan Risers. Wow, this crowd still yelling at Genosicos to try to make him miss. We are going to miss this crowd come the playoffs, that's for sure.
You know, just to refresh the memory of our fans, and for those who have no knowledge about it, in high school and in college, RV Bringas always had a reliable three-point shot.
And he's tried to return it in the season from time to time. Good for him to make one in the previous play. Unfortunately, he's called for a foul on the other end.
Kahit si Coach Ricky napatawa after that three-point shot eh.
That's not every day that you get to see Coach Ricky laughing.
I mean, you could see that, off the court, but in game, sobrang bihira yan.
Must be funny as well for RB Bringas, playing against this Mindoro team. This is no knock to the Mindoro Tams who have been pouring their hearts out in terms of effort getting those boards and the physicality of.
They're starting this final frame with a basket by Dante Baguio.
Third quarter was almost similar to the first frame. But then again, folks, this might look like a blowout. And a lot of people might have expected it to be a blowout because it's Mindoro playing. But these Tams have played on a different level today. And we have been entertained by these white shirts.
That's right. The score may be something that we expected, but the way this transpired is not something we expected.
Short. There's the length of Baguio. And he gets the foul. Oh. That is obviously an extra motion. Very unnecessary mula kay Dante Baguio. As he hit Ken Osicos with his right arm.
Second time Osicos has been down in this game.
Again, Ken Osicos has not been resting for a lot of games now for the Mindoro Tams. And yet he's taking all of this physicality.
I wonder what his daily routine looks like.
That's a good question. Especially because he is a practicing engineer, and not only is he an engineer, nabalitaan ko, Habi, bossing na yan si Ken Osicos. Mataas ng posisyon yan.
That's crazy.
Yeah. He's not a joke in the engineering world.
You just gotta tip your hats off to people like that.
And then, if you think about it, he's also not a joke here in the MPBL. He's one of the all-stars that we have. Yuans po tayo against Dante Baguio. Obviously, that was unwarranted.
And I think Ken Osicos is a great example for our countrymen who have, lost hope in chasing their dreams only because they have been resigned to doing certain things just because they need to. He is a living testament that kung ano yung gusto mong gawin, kaya mong gawin yan as long as you put your mind and your heart into it.
Right. I actually appreciate that you pointed that out. As you get to see this play again, there's that elbow from Dante Baguio, the obvious unsportsmanlike foul against him. In basketball, we have examples like Ken Osicos, an engineer by day, a player by night. In volleyball, we have architects like Jesse De Leon in the playoffs. Nueva Ecija at number 1 is waiting for either Quezon or make that Marikina or Caloocan. It looks like it's going to be Quezon City versus either Pasig or Pampanga in the 2 versus 7 matchup in a week. Here's engineer Ken Osicos, making it hard for us to call their names out. Engineer Ken Osicos with a possible 4-point play.
Getting bumped on the shot.
And what an outing it has been for him as well. He's up to 33 points.
Oh, wow.
Then again, he hasn't rested itong si engineer Ken Osicos. That's obviously his career high in the MPBL, and we're happy for him to get this. Second to the last game po ng Mindoro. They're going to go up against Kit Jimenez and the Sarangani Marlins in their last outing. Shot is too strong. A lot of interesting stories in this game.
I do hope he stays on and still competes next season. He is, after all, one of the all-stars dito sa ating 2022 season.